ABC4 Community Forum, where we talk to community leaders and local success stories to discuss important information that affects all of us here in Southern West Virginia. I'm your host, Serena Davanzo. Today we are joined by another distinguished guest, Jeri Knowlton, who is the Director of PR at Hospice of Southern West Virginia. She joins us here this morning. Thank you so much for joining us at Forum today.
Yes, thank you. I'm so excited to be here and to talk about the 19th annual Friends of Charity Auto Fair and all the goings on for what is sure to be another fantastic summer of hot rods and cool rides. Yeah.
Okay, so for those who may not have ever been to this, can you give us a bit of an idea of what it's like what is all this about?
Sure. So the Friends of Charity Auto Fair takes place up on Airport Road at the Raleigh County Memorial Airport, and it'll be 8,000 of your closest friends, neighbors, family that get together, and it's one of the largest, if not the largest, car show that takes place in the state of West Virginia. We usually have around 500 different kinds of vehicles from the early 1900s all the way to present day vehicles that people bring out and want to show off to everyone. And then it's what you would expect of a fair, right? There's fun things to do, there's fun food, there's lots of vendors, there's great sponsors who show up to be a part of this huge community event.
Well, that's really cool. When did all this start? What's the history behind it, I guess you could call it?
Right. So if you've been around a while, you might remember this as the Friends of Coal. That's what it used to be back in the day. And then it became a part of this new format, Friends of Charity Auto Fair, in which the proceeds from this huge community event go to help Hospice of Southern West Virginia and Brian's Safe House.
Oh, okay. So can you tell us a bit about what this money that you will be raising for, how's it going to help Hospice of Southern West Virginia and the Safe House?
Right. So that's a really good question, and I appreciate you asking it, because it's one of the most important things about this event is that it really does support two really worthy nonprofits in Southern West Virginia that are really about doing God's work, if you will. So at Hospice of Southern West Virginia, it's about being able to provide that compassionate care to people with life-limiting illness, care that meets their physical, their spiritual, their emotional needs, and not just for the patient, but for their families as well. And the care that Hospice of Southern West Virginia provides is so special. We like to call it a special kind of caring. And our hospice has been awarded a 5-star hospice through CMS. And we are one of only 2 in the state of West Virginia, and we're the only one in Southern West Virginia. So I think, what this auto fair does is it helps provide funding that we can use to meet that mission, that we can ensure that people who are living with terminal illness and are in their final days, and their loved ones, that they have that support network that they need to get through what is truly the toughest time of their life. And then you have Brian's Safe House, right? And Brian's Safe House, again, just doing God's work, right? Working with helping people recover from substance use disorder, help them through their recovery process, and making sure that they are surrounded as well, right, with the right support network that they need to have a good recovery. And again, these affect our families, right? Whether we're talking about Hospice of Southern West Virginia and terminal illness, or helping someone who is in active recovery, this impacts our families, it impacts our friends, it impacts our neighborhoods. And so just the way the community comes around and envelopes these two nonprofits, I think is really special as well.
Well, I have no words. Well, with that, as I had mentioned, that this fundraiser is a fundraiser for your organization and the Safe House. Can you tell us a bit about for people who want to participate in the car show, like registration fees and all that?
Sure. So the car show typically tips off with the cruise-in. The cruise-in will take place on May 18th at the Marquee Cinemas. That's where it's been held annually. And you can come to that cruise-in and you can pre-register for the July 12-13 event right there on site. It's $20 pre-registration. If you wait until the end of June, then that price ticks up to $35. But yes, $20. And on that cruise-in day, you can bring your hot rod out and, set up and show. We'll be there from 9 to 12. And people love to come out and see, those old cars then as well. And then, get prepared for the summer event. But we've got something special this year, and I'm really excited about it. For the first time ever, we're adding on to the cruise-in. And so we've got the cruise-in from 9 to 12, and that'll be your opportunity to register for the Friends of Charity Auto Fair. But then at 12, we're going to do registration for a brand new event. We're calling it the Southern West Virginia Scavenger Hunt. And so you can register for the Southern West Virginia Scavenger Hunt, and what you do is then you'll get a list of GPS coordinates that'll take you through Raleigh, Summers, and Fayette County, and you'll have different stops along the way where you'll do a selfie with your hot rod, or you could just do a picture of the car. You'll post it to your social media, tag it all the ways that we tell you to tag it, and then the person who hits the most spots will win a prize. And so we're really excited. We're working with Backroads Appalachia on this particular project, and Visit Southern West Virginia. Both are, supporting us in adding this new event to the array of things that we're offering for the Friends of Charity this year.
That's really cool. So just out of curiosity, for this scavenger hunt thing, is this I guess you could say, only for the people who are registering for the thing, for the car show? Or can people who just want to come and look at the cars that day, can they participate as well?
Yeah, anybody can participate. The Southern West Virginia Scavenger Hunt is going to be free, and anybody who comes out that day and registers for the event will be able to just hop in their vehicles, take those coordinates, and take a nice ride around Southern West Virginia, see some of the great iconic spots around our area. Shoot some pictures, post them to your social media, which will be fun, and raise awareness for all these wonderful locations, but also raise awareness for the car show as well.
Okay, well, I don't know about you all, but I'm definitely going to do that because that sounds fun, and I love scavenger hunts.
Yeah, they are fun, aren't they?
So that leads me into my next question. What attractions or events are going to be happening the day of the car show?
Sure. So at the car show, there's things that we've come to expect that we know and love, right? We know there's going to be the carnival. We know that there's going to be fireworks. But also on that Saturday, we've got the poker run. And so this has become a favorite for those that love to get on their motorcycle and do the same thing, right? Ride around Southern West Virginia and see all the great vistas that the state has to offer. And so the poker run, will start out at the Linda K. Epling Stadium, and they'll do registration there that morning, and then they take off on the open roads, and then they end up at the New River Community and Technical College. And then there's a parade from New River Community and Technical College out to the Raleigh County Memorial Airport. They'll do a lap around, and everybody will get to see all the fun rides from the poker run.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yes. So we like these events, and we're so incredibly supported by this community and being able to offer this poker run as well. And there's prizes that they award with the poker run, and it just is great fun for everybody. But additionally, we've got kids attractions too, right? We got to have things for the kiddos to do out at the fair, and so Batman and the Batmobile will be there on Saturday, July 13th. I know, right? I mean, who doesn't need some Batman in their life? We'll have the petting zoo this year, which is always a fan favorite with the kids. We'll have some face painting, going on, and then, of course, the carnival rides for the kids. But, what would a car show be without a kids classic? And so the kids classic will take place again this year as well. And so if your kiddos come out with their little hot rods and scooters and whatnot, we'll be sure that they'll have a good time with those in the kids classic.
Oh, that sounds just like so adorable, like the little kids cars driving around.
Right. And then, the car show also has its fun time too. We will have the burnout competition, we'll have the glow up, and then we also have the car limbo. And I've had people emailing me since January about these events, so it's really something that the communities really look forward to.
So can you elaborate what these little activities were, like car limbo? Never heard of that.
It's just like what you think it is, right? Which car can get, as the stick goes down, which car can keep getting through?
That is so cool. I never thought of that.
Low riders.
They would win at that one. So
sure.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Sure.
So just to reiterate, can we reiterate the dates of these specific events? Because there was a lot of information we just covered. Just to reiterate.
Sure. So let's start with the cruise-in. The cruise-in happens on May 18th. That is from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Marquee Cinemas. And then immediately following that, we'll have our Southern West Virginia scavenger hunt brought to us by Backroads Appalachia and Visit Southern West Virginia. And that will take place, the registration from 12 to 1, and then the actual scavenger hunt starts at 1, and you have till 7 o'clock to finish the scavenger hunt. It won't take you that long, but you have until 7 o'clock to finish the scavenger hunt, and then we'll announce on our Facebook pages who the winners are for that. And then the Friends of Charity Auto Fair will take place July 12th and 13th.
Well, that's really cool. And if you guys all want more information about it, you can look at the information down below. And with that, we'll catch you guys after the break. Thank you all so much for joining us again. We're still here with Jeri Knowlton, the Director of PR at Hospice of Southern West Virginia.
Yes.
Okay. Well, so going off, we talked a bit earlier about the different types of events that the adults and kids can all do. Can you tell us a bit about, is there going to be any, entertainment or anything like that?
Sure. So this is one of the biggest deals of the Friends of Charity Auto Fair is who is the entertainment going to be? And while your viewers here at WOAY are getting a lot of scoops before everybody else today, I am not going to reveal who the entertainment is just yet, but we are going to hold a press conference on April 19th out at the Raleigh County Memorial Airport, and we'll announce who that headliner is going to be. And we're super excited about that. And in addition, at that press conference, we're also going to talk about the Friends of Charity Auto Fair logo. And so one of the things about the logo, every year the cars that are represented on the logo change up year after year. And this past year, we have lost two gentlemen who were just staples of the car show and had been a part of the car show for years and years, and their vehicles are featured on the logo this year and will be on the t-shirt. So it is a really cool logo, and we will reveal all of that at the press conference on April 19th.
Well, that's so sweet. I'm sorry to hear about the loss of
But what a wonderful way to honor
yeah.
them and their love of cars, their love of, the coming out and showing their vehicles off every year and supporting Hospice of Southern West Virginia and Bryan Safe House.
Oh, well, I'm very excited to see that logo, and to know the story behind it just makes it all the more special, especially when it gets revealed. I think it's going to be great.
Yes, we're looking forward to it.
Yes. Okay, and my next question is, we talked about all the fun stuff that's going to be happening. Now let's get more into the nitty-gritty, like how can people be a part of this? We had some contact information up earlier. So can you tell us more about the logistical process to be a part of all this?
Sure. So there's lots of ways that you can be a part of the Friends of Charity Auto Fair. Of course, we can't pull it off without the car registrations, right? So if you want to register a vehicle for the auto fair, you can head over to autofair.com and click on register and register your vehicle at any time. At the same time, we also have market vendors that come out so that there's things for you to look at the fair, and so they bring out all their neat things for us to buy. And if you want to be a market vendor, same process, you just head over to wvautofair.com and click on the vendor registration and fill out that application. And then food vendors. What would a fair be without all those wonderful foods that we look forward to from the food truck type things, right? And
Yes.
so if you are a food vendor interested in being a part of the auto fair, you can also submit your application through the website, and then we have committees that go through and try to put together a good mix that everybody will enjoy.
Well, speaking of food, what is your favorite carnival food?
I mean, it would have to be the, it left me, the pancake thing. What am I thinking
Funnel
of?
cake?
Funnel cake, yes. Yes, funnel cake for sure.
Oh, that's always a classic. I know for me, I come from an area that's a very Italian area, and our carnival, there's a place where you can get pizza fritta, which is fried pizza dough.
Oh, yes.
So it's kind of like a funnel cake, but it's different. So,
And I'm a sucker for Philly steak.
oh,
No matter who's offering it, like I'm testing it out. Like, they're so good.
can't go wrong with a cheesesteak.
No,
Okay.
not at all.
And with that,
Well, and there's one other thing I think that we want to be sure and talk about when we're talking about ways that you can be a part of the Friends of Charity Auto Fair. We do a silent auction, and so you can come out and bid on items at the Friends of Charity Auto Fair. But also, if you're a business and you want to donate an item, it's a way to bring awareness to your business, and we're always looking for silent auction donation items as well. But it takes a team of people to pull off a festival that brings in 8,000 people into one spot. And so I think I would really be remiss if I didn't talk about the steering committee behind this, the 30-some people, army of people, right, that it takes to make this happen. And we'll need volunteers the day of.
Yeah.
So, people who will help with parking, people will help us all week long with setup. We just don't arrive on Friday morning and throw things together. Like, it's a week-long process of setting up the grounds there at the Raleigh County Memorial Airport. So if you have a youth group that wants to provide some community service, or if you are a community service club and you want a way to give back to the community, a way to give back to Hospice of Southern West Virginia and Bryan Safe House, helping us during that week, we take all the hands we can get.
so for those who want to volunteer, how can they get in contact to bow?
Sure, call me. Call me. So, just call Hospice of Southern West Virginia at 304-255-6404 and ask for me, Jeri, and we'll get you hooked up.
Okay, well, that's definitely good to know. And can you tell, you mentioned about the silent auction. During the weekend of the fair, when will that be taking place during all that?
Yes, there is a specific time for that. I don't know that we have that slated on calendar just that yet, but you can watch on the wvautoffair.com website, and there will be more information to come on the silent auction and how all of that will happen this year.
Okay, and for any businesses who want to sponsor the event, whether like if they can't like actually be at the event, or do they want to help out in some way and they can sponsor, how can they go about sponsoring?
Yeah, so we talked about that at the top of the show, right? The importance of how this community gets behind Hospice of Southern West Virginia and Bryan Safe House. And without these community leaders and these businesses getting behind us with their sponsorships, you know, not only would the fair not be possible, but it would have a tremendous impact on both of our organizations operationally. And so there are a variety of ways that you can sponsor, and you can find those at wvautoffair.com. You know, we have platinum, gold, silver, bronze, copper opportunities for you to support the organization in a way that works for you.
Okay, well, that's definitely good to know. And just making sure I have.
We are really just super thrilled to bring this whole package together this year, the 19th Friends of Charity Auto Fair. And, you know, again, it's just this wonderful opportunity for us to bring the community out together. It has a community-wide impact, you know, 8,000 people converging on the Raleigh County Memorial Airport, and, you know, just taking part in something that has become a staple in our community now for so many years, and for many years to come, we hope as well. And, you know, again, we kick this all off with the cruise-in, and you know, being able to come out on May 18th and be a part of that cruise-in, and, you know, just showing up and being a part of the cruise-in and getting your registration in for the fair, so we know that we can count on you being there on July 12th and 13th is a huge deal to us. And it's just a way to kind of get that excitement going for the Friends of Charity Auto Fair. And I think, you know, this year the idea of adding in a new element, right? The Southern West Virginia scavenger hunt is just, you know, shows that we care about what we're offering the community. We put a lot of thought as a committee into what are we offering this year? What's going to, you know, bring people together in a meaningful way for them to have a good time. And so that scavenger hunt, we're really looking forward to that. You register on May 18th, right after the cruise-in. We'll get the registration started for that. And then, you know, we take off on the road and, you know, we hit the high points of Southern West Virginia. And who doesn't want to do that, right? Yeah,
that sounds really cool, especially like for me who is still trying to figure out all the different areas. And even if people like come in from other places who are visiting for the car show, that can give them a chance to kind of see what we got here.
Yeah, a free, fun, new event, right? To get out and you know, we've had winter and we've had a taste of spring. We've been teased by that, and now we've got a little bit more winter, and by the time we get to May 18th, like, we're all going to be ready. We've been cooped up, let's get out and enjoy things, and I think that's a great way, kind of the pre-start to summer.
I'm very excited for that. My next question is, so you said that this was the 19th year coming up, correct? Well, how much did this raise last year, and do you guys have a goal for this year?
Yeah, it was our largest proceeds in the history of the auto fair last year, and I apologize, I don't have that specific amount on me. But, and you know, we really don't think about it in terms of goals. Or trying to exceed what we did the year before. I think at the end of the day, you have two organizations who benefit from the proceeds for this, and our gratitude to this community, whatever that amount is, cannot be understated. And if it weren't for this event, and if it weren't for the proceeds, it would have a significant impact on our organizations. So for us, it's about service, right? We're about coming together as a committee and as a community, and how can we serve this community? It has its economic benefits, it has its social benefits, it has its enjoyment and pleasure kind of thing. And so how can we serve that in the best way possible, in the highest best interest of everybody who comes out? I think that's probably the highest goal of the people who show up week after week to make sure that this goes off without a hitch.
Exactly. Well, I just wanted to say thank you so much for coming in today and telling us all about this car affair. I'm very excited to check it out myself when it comes around. But with that, if you look at the information down below, you'll be able to get in contact with Hospice Southern West Virginia, get more information about the car show, and potentially get all the information you need. And with that, that is the end of our forum. Thank you all so much for joining us, and I hope you all have a great day.